On my phone. Oh yeah, it was pretty high. These are the numbers here, right? What up? What's good? Somebody been Mellow Mel. Is that you out there, Kenny? Oh, okay, okay. What's good with the maniacs, man? I hope you guys having a fantastic day out there, man. Me myself, I'm out here with Cape Mac, out of here in Sin City. I believe that's what they call it. Is that what they call it? Yeah. So I come out here and kick the bubble with my partner, Kev Mac. We out here in Vegas, and oh, wait a minute, OG Mel. Thank you for making so many interviews possible. Nah, man, we work together, man. We a tandem, so it's a lot of things we both do that make this possible for you guys. You know what I mean? And I enjoy it, he enjoy it, and we just have a great passion for this. And it just carry on, man. You know what I mean? Because we get into it, man, and you guys into it. The maniacs, I love the maniacs and the Mac heads, man. Y'all like y'all on crack something. But it's all good, man, because the platform is growing, and I think we up to about 52,000, 53. See, man, I think when me and Kev Mac first came together and we started doing this, I think he was around about 16. Yeah, so everything has grown. But what I want to talk to you guys today about, man, a lot of us we have actually been mischaracterized. And when I say mischaracterized, is that we have been limited to just being deviants and people that commit crimes. We much more than that. We can't let these people continue to narrate and tell our stories. That's why I be getting at these OGs and some of these people that have all these different stories and different histories and how their neighborhoods came together and who was there and did they have a constitution or did they sign some type of treaty. So in a lot of these guys, they look at the platform and thinking somehow that they're giving up some information like they under a secret indictment or something. You know what I mean? But it's not that at all. All it is just the content and the history of the neighborhood, the origins and the beginnings. And a lot of these guys have, like myself, I'm associated with Stanley Tookie Williams. I grew up with Tookie. Tookie lived just a few blocks from where I live, and I played in the park where he used to frequent like daily. You know what I mean? And he would come, actually get in. He had like a big old Cadillac, and a bomb. He had a bomb first in a Cadillac, and he would actually get in his car. This was like one of his routines. And he would come through the neighborhood and he would see us out and he'd pull up, jump out, on super mega swole with the overalls suspended, the combat boots. And I'm trying to catch y'all commentary too. Yeah, what's up, China Young? I see you. But anyway, and he would get out and actually, come up and just what's good, what's going on. Maybe not in those words right there necessarily, but whatever the vernacular was during that time, that's what he would use to address us. What's up, cuz? How y'all doing, baby Crips? Y'all all right? And there was times when we did have problems, like from some of the older homies that were like think they, just kind of just tell us what to do. And we knew who was in charge. It was Tucky. It wasn't Neil. So we followed that, that path, and we would listen up when he pull up, and there was actually this guy, one guy, I call him his name was Alvin Whiteside, and him and Dinosaur, they was from Mona Park. He decides to come through one day because back then, whether you was East Side, Compton, West Side, everybody pretty much was together, and they would show up in various places and dialogue and have conversation and decide on if they was going to the pipe or they was going downtown LA or they was going up to the Palladium, wherever it was going, everybody was in agreement to where the whole Crip sets, to combine would meet up at and we'd converge on these different events. So what happened, Alvin slaps one of the little homies. Tookie pulls up maybe about 45 minutes later, and the homie explained to Took what happened. Took jumps in his car, go find dudes wherever he found him at. Literally took his hand and grabbed him like to lift him up, and pop! Gave him a slap. Let him see how it feel to be, manhandled or picked on, or thinking that he could just come through and have his way because people was less than. Some people look at differences and automatically concluded that it's less than or it's not sufficient. It don't mean that. It just means it's just different. You know what I mean? So but that was something like some of the origins in the beginnings that where some people were like that, and then because anything you do, we have bullies, and then we have people that are not bullies, and then you have people that look for bullies, like Big Junie mentioned in his thing. He was one of those dudes that looked for the bully. But anyway, so let me see what he said. Oaks Park said Tenor Block, Compton Gutter. Okay, all that, huh? I think you was the biggest personal rival of primary gangs. Who was the biggest personal rival or primary gang? The Lewis Park Pirates. Shout out, shout out 303 Life, man. Thanks for that, man. Thanks for that $10, man. Definitely, man. We can use that, man. That's gonna help keep these interviews going, brother. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, so shout out to the Ludus Park Pyrus, man, and don't even like I don't know like today with the Pyrus, right? Pyrus is the only original game from Compton. They the original Pyrus are the original gang. So therefore all the other guys, and I think AC he had touched on it, and now I'm gonna touch on it a little bit because I do know the histories and I know how they came about because I was there, I was around. I went to school actually with those guys, and I know quite a few of them. But the Pyrus, if you look at it in all the different territories and all the communities and tribes that call themselves Piru, and predominantly in the Damu and Blood nation, they are Pyrus. And there's a reason for that because they started in Compton, but they spread it out from Carson to L.A., Watts, and wherever else, Inglewood, and it was like a domino effect. But what they did in order to bring on people like the Brims, and because the Brims were out like in 69 or 60, yeah, 69. So they were out too. But in order to bring them aboard and you bring the bounty hunters and swans and the families, the Anthony Parks boys, the term blood as an endearment was created so these guys wouldn't have they can continue to be who they were, but if they use the term blood, it gave them the commonality which they can build on and they can be allies to the Pyrus without saying they was quote unquote Pyrus. So I just want to explain that a little bit. Yeah. I mean, because that's what it was, man. Because listen, man, Ray Johnson, Russell Johnson, Pee Wee, Bo Peep, China Dog. You go Smiley, Sleepy, Buddha, Blackbird, Stanley Pitts, Ricky Pitts, Lawrence, and Terrence. Those were twins. Freddie Hicks, Reggie Hicks, Donald McQuiller, Randy McQuiller. You go Stephen Wolf. You go Time Bomb. You go Bobby Wesley, Killer, Mike. You go Shamrock. See, I know, man, I probably could do a roll call on the Pyrus. These are all East Side Pyrus and more. Cynthia, Sylvia, Sharita, Sherry Zarate, Cynthia, Pee Wee. Cynthia was Pee Wee, and then Cynthia Gibson and Sandra Martin, her brother Jeffrey Martin. And then you go on to, let's see, Modessa. Yeah, that was my heart right there. Modessa I mean, she was a real good fighter from over there. And bartender, New York, Lug and Jug, Lil George, Porky, Diamond, and Ricky Mooney, Zachary Mosley, and this it's just so many. And if I left any of you guys out, the Chisholms and Johnny Johnson and Phil Johnson and Stutterbox, Big Stutterbox, Little Stutterbox, and Lil Raymond, man, Willie T, Herman Jr., Goon. I I keep on naming these people, man, and I know every last one of them. I went to school. Icky Dawson, Bojangles, Savage. Did I say Savage? And okay, Big Jeffrey. That's a lot of Pyrus right there. And I know them all. But guess what? The reason why I know them all because it was my job to know them all. But I always retained all this information. I knew where people lived, who they were, what schools they went to, where they hung out. But I never used it against anybody. I never used it because had I did that, then my Bank of Karma would have been bankrupt, and something bad would have happened to me. But I always kept this stuff to myself, and I never used it in a way that was harmful to other people because I knew these individuals, I knew their names, I knew where they lived, I knew where they went to school. But you know what I mean, because I grew up with them, you know what I mean. And I never, me myself personally, I never wanted to be a Crip. I never wanted to be a Piru. I wanted to be a Black Panther because I grew up on Western and Vernon off of 42nd, right? There was on the corner there was the RX Drugs, newspaper saying shoe shine parlor. Down the street was the Black Panthers party headquarters. I would go down there, jump on the bus. I can't remember. They wasn't Metro. What was the name of those buses back then? But anyway, well, they was older than the RTD. I would jump on the bus and go to one door and come out the other door selling papers. And then I run across the street to Sushan, man. I help him out, get a little change, and then I would leave there and go down to the Black Panther Party headquarters and get me a free lunch down there. And they would be doing self-defense, teaching little classes about knowledge of self, and just trying to give you a better understanding of who we are as a people. You know what I mean? So I grew up with being fed information, not only being fed information, but being fed proper nourishment and diet and being taught about how important it was to keep a balanced diet. You know what I mean? So I grew up, this ain't nothing that I just later on adapted. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm 60 years old. And a lot of people don't believe that. It's because of the way I live my life. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs. I don't do anything. Now, there was a time when I did do that, but I cut it off so quick, man, it don't even matter now. You know what I mean? Because it's been like 30 some years and I've been free of all this stuff. You understand? So it's important that we take care of ourselves in a way that we want to feel, look, and just be presentable when we get out here and be able, you know what I mean? Because sometimes people have different things on their mind, and you might have to show them a little something. Hey, tell them that the Rockets trying to get Westbrook. Man, the Rockets are trying to get Westbrook. What do y'all think about that, man? Who got a problem with that? Atlantic Supreme, how did the West Park Pyro switch to Tragnon Park? That was quite simple, man. I mean, not really simple because that where the West Park boys was, that was the hole and the kite. They was kiting hole boys before anything. And they didn't actually switch to Tragno. They became Lantana, and that was through Marcellus Robinson. And I talked to Marcellus Robinson. I talked to Clarence Hoover, a guy that's supposed to have been that orchestrated and drew up. And I'm not going to even say all that because I want to get him in a conversation, a dialogue, kitchen table. We sitting there, we going at it, we talking it over, and he giving me some feedback, and I'm gonna give him some tough questions, man, because I'm gonna get him on camera. Let him know he was mentioning Q's video and in Rockhead. He was mentioning Q's video and Rockhead video. If you go back and look at those videos, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But Clarence Hoover is responsible for a lot of stuff. Actually, I got a story about Clarence Hoover. I was in Terminal Island, and it's a Fed joint, and Tookie had just wrote the book, Blue Rag Redemption, right? So I say, hey, Big Who, you read this book yet? He said, nah, I ain't read that shit. He said, if I ain't in it, it ain't shit. I looked at him. I said, man, what you mean? He said that again. I ain't in it, ain't shit. I said, all right, nigga. I took the book, went and read it. Bam, lo and behold, Clarence Hoover. Clarence Hoover was blah 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 blah. It's in the book. So I went back, took the book. Man, he had the biggest smile on his face. He said, "Man, I told you, man. If I ain't in it, it ain't shit. Now it's up, bud, because your name is in it." But anyway, Big Hoover is my loved one.
Somebody said Mel named all my big homies.
Yeah, I know all your big homies, man. I know the girls. I knew Lynn Keel, Gloria Keel, Brenda Hayes, Helen Hayes, like I said, Sandra Martin, Zarita, Cynthia Nunn, Sylvia Nunn, Modessa, and the people that I'm naming are actually people that you have to be concerned about. I'm not just naming people that I went over there, and y'all know Randy McQuillan mama lived on the dead end San Mateo, I believe is the street. But anyway, we went back to the back house and conducted our business. Come out, and one of the little cats say, "Hey, hey, Randy, what he doing over here, blood?" And Randy looked at him. Randy just looked at the dude. And anyway, that was just during that time because when it came to that money, man,
That's LA and Compton.
when it came to that money, man, a lot of beefs and a lot of different differences that ceased to exist, you know. And we went to a whole nother level. But also, man, I want to pay tribute to a lot of people that often don't get mentioned on here. And my first guy I want to mention is a guy named Cadillac Bob out of Five Deuce, man. And the people that were mentioned, I felt like they were dynamic, and they was when they lost their life, we had a paradigm shift, and he was one of them. You know, Cadillac Bob, also Judah Bean down there in the Faux Trays. And then you come back on up, you talking about like even the Blue Fly, right? I was in the feds with Blue Fly. He was actually a Faux Tray Hoover, and he had some heart problems, and he was not following the instructions of the doctor, and my cell was right across from where he was in the bathroom showering that morning. He had left out, went over there, went to the because in the feds we have all these life cycles and different things that you get yourself together, have live pretty healthy and work out anyway. But anyway, he came back, jumped in the shower, and I heard him, oh, and like, damn, he made a funny. And I stepped out the cell and I looked at the showers running. He had slumped down in the shower, down on the floor. And when I peered over there, looked at him, and by then, they was calling for help or whatever and trying to resuscitate the brother. But I had knew he was gone. But yeah, definitely another good brother right there. And then you talk about bartender, another good brother. You know what I mean? I had a real personal relationship with that brother as well. And then you go Tam, and then Ray Johnson, man. When Ray Johnson squirrel, man, that was same thing like when Salty lost his life. You know what I mean? Due to this back and forth thing, and that was another paradigm shift in gang banging. But we've come a long way, and we have taken on some other personas, and people have started initiating Mexican Pete Melly. Yeah, Mexican Pete was in that picture. If you look on that picture from '84, where me and Turtle was in, that's actually me and Turtles in the video from 1984 Santana. Well, Pete was right next to me on the bigger picture that they took, the still picture, and posted that everybody. It's all on the internet, but they got all our faces like this paged out. But if you really look at them, you can see who the individuals are. And yeah, Tanner Sherman. Oh, what's up, man? What's going on? What's up, Kev Mack? Somebody said, man, these messages come really, really quick, man. Hoover
Trying
Groove
to
was a
tell
different gang or group at first. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, so yeah, back to what I was saying though. These guys were even Cyclone down there in Athens Park. Another guy, Michael Bell was he a paradigm shift occurred when he lost his life, and Don Turner ran the Cook and Jarvis Street guys over there, So it just and then sometimes people don't notice these things, and don't they just cause things just change with certain people, even like when Turtle lost his life, and you know what I mean. And I'm like, all these years from '69 up until now, man, it ain't not one neighborhood can say they won the war, not one. So at this point, what are we doing? Where are we going? You know, do we have to be continue to live these dumbed down and comatose lifestyles, bury our heads in the sand like ostriches? You know, there's enough intelligence, there's enough brothers, good brothers, you know what I mean? Even the brothers that's coming home now after being gone like 30. Some of these brothers been gone 40 years, man. Since they're coming home now. I've talked with Ant Malone. I've talked with Marcellus Robinson. I haven't talked with Suman or anything, but yeah, I'm looking forward to having a conversation with that brother as well. You know what I mean? Because I think we all have we can all dialogue and we can all find common ground. We have just a lot more in common than we do not in common, man. And you brothers are not just limited to harming one another. You brothers are rappers, entertainers, actors, uh, sports. You guys play basketball, sports. You guys are entrepreneurs and,
artists.
and artists, the graffiti artists, man. You guys build lowriders and pit bulls and pigeon cages, and you just go on to be so much more than what the society want to narrow you down to, because they use that term gang. We're not gangs, we're tribes. They use that word to as a shock word. So when you get in these court proceedings and they say that in a court proceeding, then it's like shocking to these people that has these
Sure.
different type of delicate lifestyles. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. These people that come and they sit up on these courts in these 12 men and women jury boxes. Regular old dude, man. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, you got pictures of the cars and turtles and Little Willie paint shop. Yeah, man, definitely took my scooter up there and got some gold leafing on. Put on. Yeah, that's nigga, you a fool for that. But yeah, they wouldn't have. They definitely would have took care of you, man. And that's real talk. Yeah. So yeah, man. So like, but like what I'm saying, you guys are a great deal more than that, and we don't have to let these people continue to narrate our stories, because they actually had on the internet that Yogi and Boo Boo started saying that's not
No.
true. That's not true. They're my loved ones. Don't get me wrong, but that's not true. You understand? So we have to get out and correct a lot of this stuff, man, because they what their aim is to marginalize, underestimate, and undervalue as a human being, not just as a black person. You know what I mean? This is what they seek to do to you, man. And if they can, they want to get rid of you out this society. You know what I mean? Eliminate you in a way to where you never come back. But yet they want to hold your feet since still going on, man. We trying to work on it that's why I'm speaking to you guys now, because this is an ongoing thing, and I'm a firm believer before you take something, you have to have something to give. So any of these politicians coming out here and saying they got this or that, and bring that stuff to the table. Don't tell me what you got on the back burner, because the back burner ain't getting it, man. These cats need jobs, they need money, they got families, they got kids, they got wants, they got needs, they got things they need to handle right now. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of these guys are information poor, and they have fragile male egos, and they just grew up in a real toxic male masculine environment. So we got to take baby steps with these guys. And anything you do, man, you got to crawl before you walk. So we're here, Kev Mack and I, Shawnee Mack. You know what I mean? We're a team, and we're not excluding anybody from this platform. We're looking to get the Bloods, the Gamus, the Crips, the Cuz. To be even the 10 or 15 dudes that don't even think they, because we had one dude. He claimed, somebody said he might be a knockoff or a bumper or something. No, that's not true. Nobody thinking like that, man. Because the only limitations anyone ever have is the ones they place on themselves. So what I mean, look at the nine O's. The nine O's was a small set, man, but they gave people to hell. you know, y'all general, what's going on with you, man? Thanks for the $10, man. They want us to fear each other. You're right. And move from Oakland to the '60s, never God banged on. That's right. I feel you on that, man. You know what I mean? And it's another thing, man. It's see how you package yourself each day. You look in the mirror before you walk out, man. You know what I mean? If you walking out, you got this. You walking all up in the DMV with all that, man. The people already don't picked you out, man. They already don't said, man, I'm at to kill this nigga, man. But you dress up in a nice suit, man, and you good looking good. You can be anything you want, and nobody ever see you coming because you're not telegraphing. You're not projecting any type of violence or ill harm to your fellow man. You know what I mean? We got to be better than that, man. We just got to address a lot of things, clean it up, dress it up, fix it up. Just like we do our low riders, man. We ain't going out there potato chipping. We going out there trying to back bumper some shit. And that's how we got to do with our life, man. Back bumper that shit, man. Let's see who we got here, man. Boxing conversation with Reggie Owens. Salute to my brothers and sisters. Absolutely. Salute to the brothers and sisters, man. And me and Turtle, man, we went a long way. We go a long ways back, man. And hey, Melly, contact with Marcellus and Big Mark. Yeah, I know all them brothers, man. Who you talking about? Big Mark Penwright? Mark Penwright? That's the homie. Yeah, I talk to Gertz all the time, man. That's my little brother, man. Let's see who we got here. Westside OG or YouTube Dr. Dre and Big G Knocker. Yeah, people think me and Dr. Dre look alike or something, man. But shit, man, I was here before that nigga. That nigga look like me, man. I don't told y'all, man. I keep telling y'all this. I'm the original Melly Mel, man. Everything else is a copy. I'm born in 1959, March the 27th, man. Keep that in your head, man. Watch these numbers, right? 327 is my birthday, right? My homie Bullet, who started Santana, he lost his life on 327, right? Turtle's birthday is 723 in reverse. 723, 327, right? And then the neighborhood is 722. So we running seven twos and threes, man. I thought that, you know what I mean? When I looked at that, I thought that was kind of, significant. I never really paid attention. What about Master P? And yeah, man, we got plenty of Mexican people. We got plenty of Latino homies, the homie Juju, and even all the Willow Streets, man. Them was our loved ones, and Pancho and Dopey and Jab and Coach Cheese and Freddie and all them from CV3, man. Grew up with them dudes, man. Go get a sandwich, man. Go over to Mama Sita get some tamales or something, man. Come on, man. I don't know where all this stuff be coming from, man, but y'all be mixing some stuff up, man. Pendleton Avenue boys. Yeah, that's my boy, man. Eric Henry. E-Money, man. See, a lot of them, I shocked them people when I asked them about that. They didn't know about that, you see. Yeah, I'm up on this stuff, man. I read it, I study it, I understand it. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you, man, that both Crips and Bloods was born out of mercurial mindsets. Something that happened, unpredictable, all of a sudden. You know, just came out. You know what I mean? You can't control these individuals because the energy is matter, man. And matter can't be created nor destroyed, man. It will always be. It's a continuance. That's why we are so strong as a people, man. Did you know black people have the most muscle mass of any other people on the planet? You know, so there's a lot of things about us, man, that people. What was that? Let me see. Oh shit. Random Green, what's up, man? Thanks for that, homie. Appreciate you, man. Lorenzo Benton, yeah, I knew LB, man. LB was a character, man. That dude jumped out on us one day with a razor, man, and we sitting up there with 4 or 5 pistols in our hand, man, and we looked at him and man, this dude done lost his mind. But back then, we didn't just react the way, you know what I mean? These dudes are very reactionary and fragile egos, man. You know what I mean? And they do stuff, man. You could tell them, man, I don't like your shirt. You know, and they gonna walk off, man, and go home, get that thing, and come back. Jack on the table, and I'll say that now, nigga. What did I say, man? You don't like my shirt, nigga. You gonna kill me because I don't like your shirt? So but we got to get out of that type of stuff, man. Hopefully, two pretty Kenny show up, man, so I can give him some blues. Because actually, man, he say he started corner pocket, man. I think he really started the pimp business on corner pocket. Yeah, let me see. We got man. Where the OG Bruno Loke, man. That's my dog right there, man. Bitter dog Bruno, raw sweets with a twang to it. Soup Town, rock bottom, some breed. Just because he bust him don't mean he trust him, man. He'll tell you, man, eh, don't bust your head up against the wall and discipline yourself. This is all the type of stuff that he says to people on a daily basis. I got him down pat, man.
He said you can have a sidewalk because the streets is
You
mine.
can have a sidewalk because the streets is wide, man. Pick that paper up, pick that conversation up, and put it in your pocket. All that kind of stuff. He told her, bro, man. He said, "What's your name, baby?" She said, what did she tell him? She said, "Sherry." He said, "No, baby, your name's Sweet Summer Passion." I said, "Man, you a fool."
What year do you give Mob?
Well, year I get mob. The mob came later, man. That was like, I don't know, man. Somewhere. Let's see. And I don't want to give no inaccurate information, but they came later, man. And I can't really pinpoint the year, but all the neighborhoods that claim Mob, Crossing Lane, Lime Hood, Elm Lane, all that stuff, man, at one time was all Ludus Park. Now, granted, there was dudes that used to say they was Harris Hustlers, Washington Street with Billy St. Julius, Shamrock, and Killer and Mike them over there. And then you had all the other dudes who live on the other side of the park over there, Junebug, Blackbird, Ricky Mooney, Kenny Polk, just Buddha, LJ, just to name a few over there on the other side. And matter of fact, that's where Russell Johnson and Ray Johnson and Pee Wee and all those guys lived over there as well. Skull, they lived over there. And then, but they were all one time just Ludus Park, and hopefully we'll be able to get Cynthia and she will be able to clear up a lot of stuff, on this Mel. I'm 42, and I'm an Era 6. It was bigger enemy than the rules. Damn near. I don't know what that means.
In our era, Santiago is bigger enemy than the rules. Yeah, where you from?
Yeah, but where you from? That's true. Mob James, he said that it weren't Bloods. They were Pyrus, like it was two different things. No, but see, blood. That's what Bloods. Blood is a word of endearment, man. What's up, Blood? How you doing, Blood? How you feel, Blood? So I don't know. You can't make Bloods just be a gang. There has to be something in front of it. You know, in order for that to work. You know what I mean? Because everybody, they all use that term. Too Pretty Kenny say he started Corner Pocket. That's true. That Too Pretty Kenny did start it. You know what I mean? There's nobody that I know can. China Dog is reason OBG split, LP split. No, I don't think China Dog had anything to do with that because China Dog hung with them dudes, Fire and Jeffrey Wandick and some of the other ones I named. They were all you know close allies.
Man, you got 252 people watching you. That's
I
good. Yeah.
think you know what I mean. We just here chopping it up, man, and it's good that people are coming on and listening
Tell them to go to Facebook and share this video.
go to Facebook and share the video, man. That's what y'all do, man. And Melly Mel, y'all my OG, man. And who owned the Red House? Bob Simmons. Bob Simmons was actually a Crip whisperer, man. A lot of people don't know this, man, but him, Bob Simmons, and Kenny, we used to call him Baby Boy, right? They were two grown men that ran these boys' home facilities, and there was Let's see, there was Cross, Weasel, Tiny Man, Tookie, Joe Black, a Guy Walker, Mad Nut. Then there was Carl Robinson, which was Shotgun, and just to name a few that actually lived in the Red House, right? So, but when these roundtable meetings were taking place, and everybody from the Grandies and everybody from the West Side, East Side would show up in the Red House, man, and you would see Bob Simmons, he would pull Tookie to the side and say something to him, and next thing else, seemed like the direction of the meeting or whatever was being said was taking a change. So I always equate with him with being the crypt whisperer, so to speak.
I was told Simmons is the reason why Tookie was dead. He
Uh,
made him one of the clips in the boys' home that carried over to the street.
yeah, because Bob Simmons, what it was, man, the Crips was like a slot machine to Bob Simmons because the more people he got to become part of the boys' home situation or get involved in that type of lockup money, right? And they was tight with the government. Where's Total Reed? And actually, he was Baby T, Diddy Turtle, then T Money. We call him T Money as well. You know what I mean? But one of his favorite songs, man, is "Hey Mr. Groove" by One Way, and the other one was Eric B. Rakim. You can clap to this. You can clap to this. On any day, man, you can hear him playing that or some Peter Brown. Did you want to get funky with you in the rag folk with the gold bumper kit, with the gold rag folk with the brown top, with the gold bumper kit, laid, pancake to the ground, bumping, southern. Yeah, that's T. T Money. Bob Simmons happened. Can't find nothing on Bob Simmons. What happened to him? Yeah, you can't find nothing on him because, like I say, man, we don't really know
CIA.
what's the deal with Bob Simmons. He's like the guy. What's the guy named Blandone that was working with Freeway Rick? Bob Simmons is Blandone. Yeah, so and I know some dudes out there disagree with me. They think I might have took it too far, but no, serious business though, man. Bob Simmons has some things that I'm quite sure he would never want to be known publicly. Big James Miller. I didn't know Big James Miller personally, but I definitely knew who he was. And I would, if I had met him, you know what I mean. I'd have gave him his props, man, because he's an icon in that era. That comes from that era, man. And him and Heron, rest in peace. They both rest in peace. So, they was part of that CCO thing, and they was
Blue
big,
Magic.
huh?
Blue Magic.
Blue Magic, Vanguards, and all that stuff. So yeah, they carried a lot of responsibility on their backs, man, being on them level 4 yards and making sure that the brothers stand strong and fight as a unit versus, you know what I mean? Because what I come to learn, and me and Kev Mac talked about this, it seemed like 3 or 4 dudes would click up within the organization and they would somehow turn against dudes within the organization. You know what I mean? I guess maybe when they got bored speak on Fred Benson. Fred Benson, man, that's my loved one, man. Fred Benson with the green glass house, man. Yeah, Fred had a brother named Elsie, and yeah, he was an original Tanner, and he actually lost his life in Long Beach, man. The Long Beach police shot him down there, man. Because Fred Benson was a rider, just like Roddy Butler was a rider, and a lot of people don't mention him. Chester Block Crips, yeah, man, them dudes are little tanners, man. But they got their feelings or whatever, because dudes was, just how the Bloods even got started, man. Is like the East Side dudes has come over there, and once again, looking at difference as being deficient and less than, and then finding out later, nah, we just we what you are. We can do the same thing you do to us. We can do back to you. So there's that. You know, what was it in the vicious LBC Popo? Was it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, LC. Yeah, Long Beach Police. Yes, that's what happened to Fred. Yep, definitely. Let's see. Operate Streets is only in the system. Yeah, you're right, man. You know what I mean? That's weird, man. Miller Stark, Ludus Park, Piru. No, man, come on. Too Pretty Kenny started. No, he had nothing to do with that. Nobody. Dub C. Who is Dub C?
Oh, that's my text to my phone. That's
Yeah, okay. I saw something. I was like, wait a minute. What was that? Yeah, but anyway, Linwood Vikings, man, they had a police unit over there, and they call themselves the Linwood Vikings. So before the sheriffs were operating in Linwood, they used to have this all-white police department, and they rode around in white cars. And it was during a time when they actually, because there was a time when we couldn't even go swim at the Linwood Plunge at Linwood Park because of racism, because we were black. You know what I mean? And Linwood for the longest, man, if you went cross paths when it was Sears before the swap meet was Sears, you got caught past there, man. You black, man. They deal with you in a way that was not what responsible, not being a responsible police officer, being a protector of the community and servicing the community and being considered a taxpayers, people that pay their bills or whatever, and they would do harm to young blacks, you know. So yeah, did I know George Maniac Taylor? Yeah, George Maniac Taylor started Nutty Block, man. Yeah, I know him, man. That's the gang's daddy. Yeah, they don't talk about that either. But George Taylor is one of the dudes that started, not necessarily, they call it Nutty Block now, but it was 165 Block. My brother-in-law was actually from there. He's karate man, the original karate man. Keedy Welch, Fatso, and Timmy, Amy, Big Mac, and Tootie, and Big Ollie, and just to name a few. There was others that was involved in that. I can't recall all the names, but yeah, those guys was over there, man. Roy Hodges, Mad Dog, Wilson Park. Boy, you guys come up with some names, man. Yeah, I try to summarize it at least to where it you guys can understand. You know what I mean? Because I know some of the brothers get on here and some of their words get mumbled or jumbled, and it don't come out necessarily in a way that where you guys can fully understand or grasp even what's being said. I think it's important that we dialogue and just build up our communication skills, and you know what I mean, because we got too much history, man, and you know what I mean, because me and Kev, we was talking about even with Alvin Trasvant, one of the founders of the U.S. Man, we was right there getting ready to get that interview with, man, and the brother rest in peace, man, and God bless his family, man, and yeah, he passed on. A couple other brothers, man, but I want to talk about, man. I had a partner, right, and the 151s, they know this guy, man, because he was a terror over there, not Glover, but a Cookie Man, Cookie Seymour, man, and any one of the 151s out there, man. Ask you guys that really know that's one for a while. Y'all know Cookie Man, man. Cookie Seymour, man. That was my dog with the car. He had the Monte Carlo, man. And also shout out to Deke and Ray and Crook from Do Rock, man. Them was a couple of dudes, man, I ran across. And they was holding down out there in Do Rock, man. And Skywalker from ABC. And then plus the guys over there in West Covina, man. Monster over there in West Covina. Ian Hood, man. So, yeah, Melly been around, man. I'm the professor, man. We in the lab, man.
There were like 282 people watching.
Pat Rat, your cousin? Okay, Pat Dog, Santana. Okay. Anthony Osborne. Hey, man, did you know the history between the Black Karate Federation, the Crips, and have a fight according to Donnie Williams? You talking about Donnie Williams from Inglewood family? Yeah, I know Donnie Williams from Inglewood family. Yeah, Roy Hodges. Do you know Willie Pritchard? Yeah, I know Willie. I know Woody Pritchard from the Swamps. Woody Pritchard was from the Swamps originally, but he became Oaks Park, Santana. Yeah, Woody Pritchard, man. Come on, man. Y'all can't bring up nobody that I don't know. Come on, man. What y'all doing? Trying to sneak a name past me or something? Man, you don't get up early enough for that. Mondo, yeah, that's my dog, Mondo. Condo Mondo is what we call him. He's all right, man. He's building a rag, well, not a rag tree, a hardtop tray right now. So hopefully he'll be bringing him and Twin actually are building two trays right now. They in competition, so yeah, they're gonna come out hopefully soon and bang that back bumper, man, because that's no potato chipping in this low ride thing, man. If you potato chipping, man, leave your car at home, man. Don't even come out there with that, man. Do yourself a favor, man. Let's see, Ben, Gangster Ben deck for interview. Hey, Gangster Ben, we talk from time to time, and he's I don't know. I guess you would say he's in a he has a paradigm to where he's he want to do the interview, but I think he's, keep this positive feel going, this positive role, and continue to build from that. Because think he feel, he don't done enough bad things and been involved in enough things that wasn't necessarily good for him. So now he's in a positive mindset. So he's building on that. So I respect that brother, man. You know what I mean? If he want to come on, man, we ain't had no problem with that, man. This what I'm saying, man. Ducky Hood, yeah, I know Ducky Hood, Joe Stein, and Cosmo, and Willie McKinnon. Yeah, I know them cats, man, over there, and Ace Rat. Yeah, yeah, but I got Tino number from the drive, so I'm gonna be reaching out to him pretty soon too and talk to him. You know what I mean? Because he can summarize that thing up for you real quick. Because he was there from day one. Actually went to school, man, with Tino as well, and he was one of the guys that actually went to the Mingus. And to see a red, man, you'll see him with his blue rag in his back pocket, man. Boy, brother had heart, man. He had heart.
Man, say major shout out for the pop locking interview.
Say what now?
He said major shout out for the pop locking
Oh, the
interview.
pop locking, man. The pop locking is part of what we did in the 80s. Come on, man. There were three, four dudes in every neighborhood. Pop, Tick, Robot, Wave, back kick, and even do the Michael Jackson moonwalk, all that. They incorporated all that. Fred Benson had a brother that's insane. No, his brother, Fred Benson's brother was Elsie, man. He lost his life over there. He was from the drive. I didn't never understand how, but anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. Where you guys? It's your name from the rapper. Say,
I'm the
I'm the
original
original
Melly
Melly
Mel,
Mel, and
and
everything
everything
else
else
is
is a
just a
copy.
copy. Man, when you gonna get that through your thick skull,
Hey
man?
man,
Man, forget it, man. I'm just a professor, man. I'm gonna quit arguing with you about this name, man.
how old is Spooktown and Occasion?
Spooktown and Occasion, man. They've been around for quite a while, man. And Volcano Cartoon, Baby Roscoe, Charlie Noon, and Robert Earl, and Robbie Earl, and all those cats, man. Yeah, they've been around for a while, man. They've been around since the early '70s, man. So shout out to them and the Farm Dogs. And shout out to the Trag News. They came later. Swamps was there, and Lantanas was there, and then Nutty Blocks used to be NBC, but before then they was 165 Blocks. They went 165. Gene Gotti, $5. You break down why certain tribes claim certain sides, Compton, such as West Side, North Side, etc. Well, that's because that's the side of the neck of the woods they live on, man. There's always going to be an East Side, West Side, South Side, in any Mecca, any city, well, Compton is a hub, man. So just keep that in mind, man. Anyway, you can go hit anything from Compton.
Four freeway.
No, Farm Dog. What you mean geographically? Is it before the Grandies? Geographically, yeah. But if you're trying to suggest that they came out before, they don't know. See, this what you got to understand about Compton as well. The Grandies is the granddaddy because in every neighborhood there was somebody. When the Grandies ceased to exist, somebody from the Grandies went to all these other neighborhoods. Like Better Dog, Bruno, Red Dog. and King Neen and Die Walker. Those guys hung out in the park in the Red House, and you know what I mean. So you know, they became part of our family, our tribe. So you know, and it's like Mr. X, he would 111, and Karate Man, he don't get out no more. But and then Honcho, he went Grave Street. So you know what I mean. It is what it is, man. You know, and I'll tell you all the time, neighborhoods that are starting apartment units have a very short lifespan because people are always mobile. They transitional when you live in apartments. You know, when you live in a urban community and own homes, then you there for a while. You ain't trying to just leave your home. You know,
That's one of the most overlooked aspects of tribal life.
right?
Somebody want to know if you know Moto and Mad Dog.
Yeah, I know Moto, Mad Dog, knew them well. You know, so yeah. Appreciate you all you do. Salute. Asiatic, Supreme Black Man. I
G.
feel you.
Lou.
G. Lou, what's happening, G. Lou? Man, G. Lou, what's going on, man? I know y'all coming on tonight, right? you know. What's HV 111741? Thank you, man. Appreciate that, Melly. You experienced the earthquake issues. Yeah, we had, back to back earthquakes, matter of fact, man. But you know what? That haven't happened in 20 years. So that was kind of shocking right there. You know what I mean? We never had it like that. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. G. Lou, for real, man. What y'all got going on the menu tonight, brother? From the land to Japan, man. That's how y'all do it, from the land to Japan. Back bumper, baby.
And be checking in too.
Yeah, I got lot of love for the Long Beach cats too, man. You know, they was AC Deuces and Gator. You know, a lot of people used to accuse them of being Gator boys, and you know what I mean. And but they, I don't think they was that. I think just Willie just was just older, and he had the leadership. You know what I mean? And him and Chico Bell. You know, so shout out to them, man, and the Twenties and the Insanes and the not corner pockets. What they call it, four corner blocks and the mafias and the boulevards, the old hood, you know what I mean? So they got quite a few tribes over there, man. Matter of fact, some of my people is from the boulevards, so shout out to them too as well. Melly, Corner Pocket or Grandy's, what's first? Carver Park or Grandy.
No, I thought that was Corner Park.
Yeah, Corner Park. Well,
It's Carver Park.
I say the Grandies, man. You know what I mean? Correct me if I'm wrong, man. So correct me if I'm
And
wrong,
they can
man.
get mad at you. I get hate mail from Carver Park.
But Carver Park, man, don't get me wrong, man. They've been there, man. They've been going with them bounty hunters. Shout out to them, man. They have some really tough circumstances over there, man. Dealing with them dudes coming out in projects. You know what I mean?
Tell them what AC said. The argument's gonna be between Corner Pocket and the Grand. I mean Carver Park and the Grandies. Who
Yeah,
came first?
yeah,
And
that's
I'm
true, man. So
part
you
of
know what I
the
mean.
same.
So, but if we find out that Carver Park is first, then so be it. No big deal. Still Crips. Because back then the mantra was Crips don't die, they only multiply, man. You know
That's
what I mean?
what's going on.
And now, you see it, that's different. That changed. What happened? How did you lose that? You know,
Motherfuckers killing each other.
in
Telling
most cases, man, some of these petty beef, man, is behind some chick or some girl, you know what I mean? And that's, I'm gonna interview a couple of girls, man, and that's one of the best questions I think I could ask her is how you reconcile or how do you even adjust being that you claim this neighborhood, but you dating this dude over there.
same way we do it. We do it. They just do it differently.
Yeah, they do it differently, huh? Chili Willie, what's going on, man? Yeah, Carver Park was the bounty hunter's first enemy. True that, definitely that. My take on the Crip and Crip beef is nonsense, man. It's nonsensical because if you claim to be part of a movement that said Crips don't die, they only multiply, then
Why you killing them Mark.
Seldom seen. Thank you, man. Okay, Carver Fox been there. Yeah, man. I holler at Carver T, man. That's my guy over there, man. And they some good dudes over there. Prue Dog and Fred Mack, and they all good, man. And Willie Flynn. Well, no, not Willie Flynn. Willie Hurd
Yeah, Willie
and
Hurt.
Felton and Blue Baby and all them,
Willie
man.
Hurt said he want to go interview with me, bro.
Willie Hurd,
Yeah,
man, that'll be a great interview because
I need his
he could
number.
definitely shed light on that,
No,
man.
he want to do it. He
Yeah,
asked me to do it. He
yeah.
said the other channel came over there on their block and they said, no, we ain't doing it with you.
Can I tell you Tookie story? I thought I told you Tookie story. Maybe you came in late, man.
Yeah, you came in
You
late.
came in late on that Tookie story, man. Tookie was a beast, man. Tookie, okay, he go a Tookie story. It was a cat, right? And I forgot to mention, man, Jimmy Cash Butler, and also shout out to Elliot Cousy and his sister, and Gary Phillips from Lewis Park. But anyway, uh, Jimmy Butler actually grew up in the month. See, Little George, Jimmy Butler, Lug and Jug, Freddie Hicks, Reggie Hicks, Lil Raymond, Bartender, New York. Just some of the people that actually grew up, you could quote unquote say, within the boundaries of Santana, right? So Jimmy Butler, Cash, got into it with one of the homies, Crazy Mike. Rest in peace, Crazy Mike from Oaks Park. And so he decides to go up on Pine and Santa Fe and jump out. But little did he know that Tookie was in the liquor store, and he jumping out, man, and he going at it, man, and Tookie, man, just man, you know what? I don't even want to say whether he slapped him or hit him, but whatever he did, the man went out, man. It was like a MMA like type of thing. You know what I mean? Did you watch MMA last night when the dude just ran and did that flying knee?
Oh, man.
Boom! And the dude, that's how Jimmy went out. That's my dog, my loved one too, man. I got a lot of love for Jimmy. But Jimmy, don't get me wrong, man. Jimmy was a hog, man. And Jimmy take them challenges, man.
Jimmy gonna be back, too.
And no. Jimmy, rest in peace.
Oh,
But Jimmy was a thorn in the Crips side, really, for real. Jimmy was a thorn, man, and he was one of them dudes. He was like Putin, man. He didn't need nobody to come with him to do whatever he felt he needed to do, man. He was one of them dudes. So there's that, man. Not taking anything. He just was overmatched messing with Tookie because Tookie can slap people and knock them out. He had like 25-inch arms, man, and he just that, man, and boom, he laid one of them big old crawdad hands on you, man. You going out.
what's scrunchy at?
Scrunchy, you better watch out. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's my loved one, man. He out there, man. He out there with the white girls out there in California City, man. So he's doing okay. So he's good. Shout out to Scrunchy, man. Actually we had a homeboy, a big Scrunchy, man. His name was Butch Brown, man, and I ain't seen Butch since '76, man. Him, Stevie Wonder. Let's see, Butch, Stevie Wonder, Derek Chenier, Boo Hodges, just to name a few that I haven't seen in such a long. Donald Prescott, yeah, I haven't seen those guys. Original Oaks Park boys, right there. Yeah, we up to 283, man. I'm trying to crack 300, man. Call somebody up, man. Tell them, man, Melly Mel, the professor's in the lab, man, and we having a great dialogue. And I'm taking questions, man.
Professor,
I'm taking questions, man.
can
Yeah,
you
but
show the phone Crip says?
what does that mean?
The ones that ain't active no more. That's like done.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, it's a few of those, man. But we ain't trying to put nobody down, man.
Yeah,
There's still dudes that, where it's one or two, three dudes that claim
yeah.
their neighborhood, they still hold on to that, man.
Like cute and the Magnificent Seven.
Exactly, they still hold on to it, man. So you can't
Hey,
do that,
cutes.
man.
OG cutes. You ever spoke to who? Number one.
Life's a song worth singing. Do you get along with the Bloods and as an adult? Of course, man. They're my friends, man. They're my loved ones. I go talk to them all the time, man. You know what I mean? Here's the thing, man. When we was younger, we just didn't know how to communicate with one another. We had everything in common. We just failed in the communication part. And once we bridged that gap, then everything just went really good, man. Ricky Red, Melly Mel, Towner's considered AM East Side Car. They was all, man. Shout out to Frank Boyd too, man. Another power partner I went to, man. I haven't seen him in years, man, and hopefully he's doing well in his life. And yeah, just shout out to him, man. What's up, Melly Mel? Hey, man, what's going on, man? What Piru said, gay town most problem. Man, we don't talked about this. Ludus Park, man. It was the Ludus Park, man. Anybody else, you know what I mean? Because here, what you got to remember about Tanner. We sat in the middle of all the Pyrus, whether it's from Avalon to 135s, the Campbell Parks, the Cedar Blocks, the Fruit Towns, the West Side Pyrus. Then you got the Treetops, and then they used to have a set called, I can't even think of it, Mulberry Street Pyrus. That was like the last, right there, you know what I mean? Field Dog, them, and all them, Red, and all them over there. But anyway, and then Santana, then you go across, you had AM, and then you had Ludus Park, you had the Mob, so what's called Mob now, and then Lime Hood, Cross Atlantic, and all the other Harris, well not Harris, what they call Hollywood now, but yeah, all those guys.
Only Crips and Rose guys.
Well, no, they come from Pioneers, but from Compton Boulevard back up. You know what I mean? Shout out from San Diego. What's up with you? Always give good history. Yeah, I try to, man. You know what I mean? Because Mob James. What about Mob James? Gave us a shout out to Gangster Chronicles. He said y'all was some riders. Yeah, well, that's true, man. You know what I mean? He just recognized. He give recognition, just like we give them their due props and recognize those guys over there, man. Because a lot of lives been lost to this stuff, man, unnecessarily. So, yeah, hands on Jamel. Anybody put hands on Jamel, man? Jamel put hands on himself. Let me tell you something, man. Jamel, man, our loved one, our brother, our cousin, our Crip brother, he did himself a disservice, man. And it ain't that I dislike it anything, but he didn't never have to go on the mass media. I'm talking about
European media
European media and say what he
worldwide.
said about Stanley Tookie Williams. In his most critical hour of
Yes.
need, this brother chose the horse kicking instead of he could have just remained silent and not said anything, but he chose the horse kicking in his most critical hour of need. So therefore, I can't forgive him from that. I still like him as a person, but as far as that, what he did, I don't think he can redeem himself for that. And I know he's not mentally, he's not doing too well. And frankly, I wish whoever is putting him on and putting him on YouTube and got him doing some of the stuff he's doing, I really wish they would rethink that because it's not good, it's not becoming, and it's not healthy for him because he get all these people that comes at him and say different things. Jamel was out of Avalon Garden and he was a founder over there, so there's that. Oh, it's somebody said his daughter.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so yeah. OG Cutes, man, that dude is a hog, man. That dude did what he had to do up in the fours, man. He he made it safe for when dudes that was younger came up in there and had to walk that yard, man. He showed them how to walk it, man, because he knew how to walk it already. So
Damn near 300.
yeah, so there, you know what I mean. Once he done that, man, and he established himself really well. He knew the ins and outs. He knew how to play it. He knew to walk. He knew to talk, and he definitely knew how to carry it, man. So shout out to Cutes for that, man. We appreciate you, homie, for being one of them ones that can tool up and also teach up. You know what I mean? You wasn't limited in that capacity. Maybe you spent a lot of years in that tune, man, but when we got to them tuna cans, man, it was you and others that was teaching us. So there, shout out to you, man.
Tell him Morris signed with the Spurs for all the dudes with the fake news.
Morris,
Yeah, that they said was signing with the Lakers. He signed with the Spurs.
Morris signed with the Spurs, man. Sorry, man. Bartender said you was a Piru. Melly Mel, bartender said you was a Piru. Nah, man, I hung out with the dudes, man. I just know them all, man. But here's the thing, right? Being that I had a relationship with them, they had a tendency to not look my way when they could have. You understand? When they could have just, you know what I mean? Because I really, before there was Piru, we was all kicking it. We was kicking it, and shooting marbles and climbing fruit trees and doing stuff like that. Right? So all of a sudden, here come this gang thing. You know what I mean? All now these dudes is not speaking to me, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Oh man, you ride the bus, so you must be one of them. One of them. One of them. What? The Crips. They over there. You ride the bus. All that. You don't live over here with us. You know what I mean? But you ride. So this is how they label me, you know what I mean? So, so to speak. So, because I rode the bus, I must be a crib. So, therefore, I guess I am. Did anyone ever knock Tookie out?
Man, I wish they cut that shit out.
I don't know where y'all getting that from, man, but I seen people say what they had to say to him, and he just like, overlooked it, or he just like let it go. But here's the thing with Tookie: if you went in arm reach and you saying what you saying, then you 9 chances out of 10 you had a problem. But if you like 20 feet away and you saying what it took, he wasn't finna chase you, run after you, do none of that. So
Tookie
there's
was
that.
on walk.
Yeah. So the story about the Crips challenge. The Hub City Steve Melly, is Scooby still alive? Scooty? Yeah, Scooty is alive, man. Scooty's doing well, man. He's a plumber, man. He owns a plumber. He's an entrepreneur. That's what I'm saying, man. We've been mischaracterized. You got all these people, there's entrepreneurs, there's doing many things in the community, and just look like Chico Brown, man, from Corner Pocket, man. He's trying to, be,
Chico Brown from Corner Pop.
yeah. Chico Brown is from Corner Pocket. So yeah, he's trying to get brother jobs over there in Compton, man, working with the mayor, and they got something going over there, man. And, it's a lot of people still doing good, man. Yeah, I used to hit up the Watts Festival, man. The Watts Festival was very different. You know what I mean? Because most of the Watts cats, they could just easily walk there when we had to, ride bikes or catch the bus or whatever and get lifts up there, So yeah, but everybody used to convene up there at the park, man, and yeah, it used to get real ugly real quick. But you know what, man? The first few festivals, the Black Panthers actually had the keys to the car, man. They was protecting the festival, providing security, make sure black families would come in, and this is before the Crips and Bloods even came about. You know what I mean? Money over fame. Did you have a lot of run-ins with Putin? I didn't have a lot of run-ins with Putin, man. Putin, man, just did his own thing, man. He did things on his own terms, and when he was on his man, he was on his man. Wasn't nothing we could do about that. You know what I'm saying? So, but there was been times where people was on him, and he survived it, and that's that. So Sylvester Scott, man, putting time. Yeah, Spot Katie. Man, early 70s, man, because you remember 68, 69, man. They was riding through the communities on Packers with black jackets and berets and long guns or shotguns is what we call them. So they was actually policing our communities, man, and I know a lot of people. I know a lot of you guys, younger guys, you don't know nothing about that, but yeah, that's just what they did, and they came to teach and educate and give free lunch and get. They actually actually are responsible for the WIC program, which the government somehow took over. That's a Black Panther idea, right? They had a 10-point program. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, man, they was some real good brothers in there, man. Mario Green, Porter Carver, Mona Park is Technology, Los Angeles, and not Compton. Yeah, man. I don't know where you get that from, man. All that stuff that's like they just right there where Martin Luther King used to be Park Lane, and then Mona Park, Carver Park, all that stuff. Even that was a time where they called Athens Park. All that stuff used to be part of Compton, but all that stuff changed, and they started incorporating, splitting the community up, and funding was going one way. So, they changed it, started calling it Anthony's, East Dominguez, and all this other crap they call it. And then there's this dude that called himself a mayor, so-called mayor, you know what I mean? But I think he was more like a Suge Knight associate, Mayor Bradley.
Oh yeah.
Labeled his community Rosewood. So, so there's that. Compton did have team posters, man. We had team posters and slot card. We used to go to slot card track, get a little car. You used to have to put the little brushes on and put a little thing, and you had the little thing and squeeze, and the slot car would go around the track. So yeah, we had all that, man, all that. Well, I did the long fix gym at Wilson Park. Save a lot of kids. Yeah, Wilson Park gym was definitely a must fix, man. But anyway, man, I think we don't been in. We got up to 295, Kev, man. Is there
Yes.
anything else you want to say?
No.
I've been talking for quite a while, man. Y'all say I talk too much, man. Y'all want me to talk some more?
Still my time is 71 minutes.
Yeah, so that's over an hour, so what I mean. Once again, man, thanks for being part of this platform. We in the lab with Melly Mel. Kev Mack is on the side, my right hand man. You know what I mean? I'm in his left hand, he my right hand. We help each other, man. And if he need me, I'm here for him, man. But most of all, man, let's get this platform up, like, subscribe, and share, man, and continue to just do the right thing, man. Let's build each other up, and let's be each other's best friend, man. Whether it's Crip or Blood, Damu or Cuz, man, we are all in the same goddamn freaking boat, man. So let's continue to have a good day. Peace and Black Power, family.
Man, hit it with
Boom.
the black power.